We are now just a day away from the South Carolina primary, and campaigning is entering the final stretch. Live pictures this morning from Winthrop Coliseum in Rock Hill, where former President Donald Trump is expected to speak this afternoon at 4.
Polls show the former president with a big lead over former Governor Nikki Haley, who vows to stay in the race. WCNC Charlotte's Bree Jackson now in Charleston on this election eve.
Ben, Sarah, across the country, black women voters are a key voting bloc. The same goes for here in South Carolina. I sat down with a group of women in Charleston to have an open conversation about the 2024 election. Charleston, South Carolina, known for its rich history, culture, picturesque streets, and politics. Just by a show of hands, who's excited for the 2024 election?
Excited.
We gathered this group of black women voters ahead of the state's Republican presidential primary. Their backgrounds, ages, and political views vary, but we found many of the same issues drive them to the polls.
Women's maternal health.
Someone my age may not have the same rights in terms of reproductive health that a generation before me had.
Also top of mind, crime, student loan debt, and state efforts to ban books.
As an African-American literature professor, that is something that is very concerning.
There are concerns about the overall political climate.
It's divisiveness, it's opposition, it's social issues being politicized.
Despite dividing his time between the courtroom and the campaign trail, former President Trump leads the state's former governor, Nikki Haley, by double digits.
I am more so dismayed with the fact that in the year 2024, we would even consider someone who is under indictment.
At 81 years old, President Biden also faces challenges.
His age is a huge barrier.
Black women, a key voting bloc, but far from a monolith. Each one here voicing their own views.
Table discussions like this, where we are comfortable and able to speak in layman's terms, to bring up issues, to get a little bit messy around the topics.
A conversation turning to action this election cycle.
We got to vote. We have to vote.
And tonight, former President Trump is scheduled to be the keynote speaker at the Black Conservative Federation Gala in Columbia, South Carolina. In Charleston, South Carolina, Bree Jackson, WCNC Charlotte.